Okay, those movies. What else we got, B? Or let's
That's it, really.
Yeah, I agree. Because I don't, that fitness influencer trending thing, I'm not really pressed about that. I'm sure you've probably seen that. The one, the fitness influencer that went viral.
The fitness influencer that went viral?
Yeah, there was, you've seen the parodies of the routine, the morning routine? You have to be
Yeah, the
seeing
buff
that.
dude who...
Yeah.
What is that? Because I can't sit for 2 minutes.
It's nothing.
It's nothing.
Yeah, I'm like, what is he
just
doing but
asking
being
what
buff
it
with his shirt off?
He's just showing his morning routine.
Showing his morning routine and went super. It was an unrealistic morning routine that went super viral.
Yeah, it's like he took half the morning doing all that shit.
Yep, he did. Doing nothing though.
Because I only saw it in clips. It was like morning routine. I watched the first. He was brushing his teeth. I was like, we gonna watch him brush all his teeth.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what happened.
That was too much.
Give me from you. Let's move on over a little bit now from the beginning. We don't gotta go all the way to the beginning, but did you know that getting into production was always in the cards for you, and then how did you transition to that?
Yeah. When I was 12, my uncle took me to see Do the Right Thing, and I was like, I want to be Spike Lee. So I was 12. Yep. I remember he took me to see Do the Right Thing. I was 12, and Spike Lee was going to be at Samuel French Bookstore, which was a writer's bookstore on Hollywood, I believe. And I rode the bus, 54th and Wilton, rode the bus, and I stood in line for him to sign my book. And I was like, this is what I want to do. And the funny thing is my uncle, Bentley, who you had on the show, he didn't even know I was going to be there that day. And he showed up, him and Martin Lawrence, because Martin was in the movie. He showed up. He's the one that took me home.
Great experience.
Yeah. But yeah, I knew that was, I didn't know exactly, like, exactly what I was like, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. And then when Bentley got into it, it was just like, oh, I see somebody who's actually doing it that I know.
Yeah.
And then from there, what was the next, like, step that you took that was like, okay, this is a big step towards becoming this?
Oh, I did the dumb shit and went to college.
Oh, yeah, we did that dumb thing,
it's fucking dumb.
We all did that.
That was a fucking waste of time.
Damn.
How often you got student loans?
I don't.
You don't? Did you?
I had a little bit. I had scholarships.
Okay, cool. So if you do have student loans?
I had a little bit. I don't anymore.
Okay, cool. And most people are not using their degree for shit.
At all.
And it's so expensive here to study. Oh my
It's
God.
crazy.
In France, it's free.
See,
see?
why we not in
France is free. Okay.
France is free.
And you want to come here?
It's crazy.
fucking
You want to be here.
I want to live
But
my
our
American
educational
dream.
system is trash right now.
So, I mean, I went to college and then I played ball for a couple years and then I was like, this ain't really it. And then I couldn't go back to school because they weren't paying for my education after I quit ball. And then I called my uncle and he was like, look, I can pay for you to finish school or you can come work on the Jamie Foxx show. And I was like,
well, I think I'll go over here.
I mean, it was a big decision. It was like, you in college, I got enough money to help you finish if you want to.
Right.
But is that what you really want or is that what your mom wants?
Yeah.
And then, but that was, growing up in those times, that was the pathway to money. Was to have a degree. And now I told my son, I was like, man, I gotta go to college for what? That's stupid. That's a waste of time.
So then, what are they striving for if you go into school as a student in middle school, high school?
What are you striving for now? Like, you could be a PA at 18 and be running the network by the time you're 28.
That's
like,
facts.
why
That's if you want to go into production, though.
Well, any creative business, you don't need a degree for. You need a degree to work for people that don't have a degree.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need a degree to start a business.
At all.
But you need a degree to work for that fool. That's crazy work.
Experience, to me, I think, is more important than the actual degree. Because coming out of college, we have the degree and, we have some of the knowledge. But as soon as you hit on the first set, it's like, yo, I don't remember none of this. It's like you got relearning everything.
Most of the people, like, I don't use calculus.
I don't either.
The fuck am I going to use that for?
Yeah.
If I'm going to be an accountant.
Geometry and all that.
I don't need
social stuff, all that. Yeah, you don't use it.
Obtuse, trilateral. I don't use none of that dumb shit.
It's like, do you want to be a follower or do you want to be a leader?
Yeah, you got to figure out what you want to do. And you know what? There are people that are supposed to be in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
We need McDonald's workers and Costco workers, and
Absolutely.
we need people in the middle, but everyone's not meant to win.
Yeah.
Everyone's not a winner.
No.
So you got to go, and what I just realized, I said, everything that's good comes through pain. And most people want to be comfortable instead of go through pain. They don't want to go, oh man, I got to be put in this uncomfortable situation so that I can thrive in it and be better. They go, I don't want the pain, so I'll just stay working at Costco for the rest of my life and not pursue my dream because I'm comfortable. And you need those people.
Yeah.
Those people mow my lawn. Those people do, and there's nothing wrong with someone who mows my lawn.
Right.
But I had a different thing that I wanted. And the people like Jeff Bezos, it's levels to all this shit. He had a dream, he chased his dream, he did his thing. So you just got to figure out what that is for you. But school, that is, man, that's so that they can write more loans. You need how much credit you need to
Oh
get
my
a student
gosh,
loan?
Yeah, it's crazy.
How much credit you need to get a house though?
Right.
Business loan. But they'll write, you could spend $100,000
Yep.
on an education at 18,
Yep.
no credit checks.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
So
You gonna
America's
pay that back.
your first institution is debt.
Yeah.
And then what do they tell you? Then they tell you go buy a house, more debt. And then do you know why they give you? They want you to, and then you're gonna create more what? Taxpayers. So you're gonna go get in a house, and they give you an incentive. They say we're gonna lower your taxes when you have kids. Oh, you made another taxpayer.
Yeah.
Thank you. The only way America makes money is through loans and debt. That's the only way. So if you understand the system, the first thing that they want you to do is go out and get an education, spend $100,000. Now you're in debt. Now you're going to pay us interest. Then what's the next thing? Go buy a house.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Pay us
It's
interest.
capitalism.
That's the only way money is generated, and most people don't know that. Money is only generated by loans.
And you think that's the old school way of doing things now because times have changed? Like you were saying,
Man,
you
you
skip
gotta
school.
you
now
gotta get
can't
out
even
of the
really
system.
Buy a house like that
the
right
people
now.
who step away from the system and figure out something different are the ones that win. Just like you, I think that anybody who is starting their own talk show or they're getting out of the system. Like you guys didn't take the same route. Like if to get on Wild 'N Out, now people are like, I don't need television. Television's the newspaper now. I don't need that shit no more.
That's crazy to even think that.
I don't need
Somebody
that
said,
no
"What's
more."
MTV?" I was.
Yeah,
what?
this is what's on TV. They're like, what? These kids are like, what? What is that?
Yeah.
Like, kids don't read the newspaper.
No.
So
No. We don't.
that's
We
what
don't.
television is becoming. And I saw the new wave of what's going on in digital TV and what skits and shit that y'all were doing. And I was like, man, that's trash. That's not what we're doing. We're TV. And now it's going like this. Now these kids are like, man, like we would ask like Drewski and people, hey man, you want to be on Wild 'N Out? It used to be a thing, like, oh, I'm gonna get on TV. They're like, why would I do that?
Yeah.
To make $1,500
Yeah.
an episode, and you gonna yell at me?
Yeah. When I can do my own thing.
When I can
5
do my
minutes late,
own
make me
Make
apologize.
more.
Them days is over.
Yeah.
You gotta stick with the sign of the times. It's not that anymore.
Yeah.
So you gotta. Shit, now I'm like, shit, I'm trying to get out in the next 5 years. I don't know where this business is going, but I don't see myself a part of it.
Well, and speaking of Wild 'N Out, which is a classic and a sensation, and one of the things MTV is playing the most.
Yeah,
MTV
thank
plays
you.
Wild 'N Out the
Hey,
most.
y'all have 20 years of that?
Yeah, July will be our 20th anniversary.
It's been 20 years of Wild 'N
Yes.
Out.
Yeah,
Oh,
2005.
We
in
watched
July.
all 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who was the first cast members for that? Man, I gotta think about
Leonard
it.
Robinson, Cat Williams, Mikey Day,
Yep. Mikey-
Taryn Killam,
Yep. Oh yeah. Saturday Night.
Rosika Mather,
Uh-huh.
Naima Funk.
Yeah.
They were all like first season. Corey Holcomb, those guys. D. Ray Davis.
Oh yeah. Oh,
These
yeah.
guys were
Sensation.
first
A lot of
season.
people came through.
Aphion.
Yep.
A lot of people came.
You've seen Wild 'N Out. You've seen Wild 'N Out.
What does that mean?
Oh,
She's not the demographic.
Touche.
of Wild 'N Out.
Touche.
Yeah,
Touche.
no.
How did you come up with it?
I mean, it was Nick's idea. Nick said, you know, he was in the comedy clubs and he was like, and he was on from Drumline and he had a buzz. So, you know, we would go to the comedy clubs and they'd be like, man, we need something, man, we got to do something.
Yeah.
And Nick was like, I'm going to create this platform where these young comics can get like a springboard, like in Living Color and Saturday Night Live.